We have to do something because we can't sit back and allow criminals, and you've seen the criminal things, you've seen where they've passed laws that say they can torture. Hey, you can't burn babies on the White House lawn. Even if they pass a law that says you can, it's still illegal. Okay, and saying you can torture people, okay, because we think we're going to get information from them, torture's still illegal and it's still wrong. But you've seen the, the previous executive branch pass all these laws, and now they're being handed over to this new guy who you think is different because he has change. He's got that word change. You've got to wake up to the fact that, maybe he isn't different. Maybe if he's backed by the same bankers, the same Goldman Sachs group, gee, let's look at who gave him the most money. And who's benefiting from this, once again, bailout, rescue plan, ripoff? Gee, it's all these Goldman Sachs guys, huh? And they're giving each other bonuses in the billions and the tens of billions of dollars. And I'm telling you, there's criminals in your government. You have to wake up. You have to start showing this to people, or at least doing your own research. Waking up to the fact that, hey, didn't they lie to their people? Didn't they start unjust wars? Didn't they, what was it, Gleiwitz? Gleiwitz was where the radio station was, and they said, well, these people from Poland, they came and attacked a radio station in Germany, in Gleiwitz, Germany. So we must go attack the Polish people. And Hitler didn't do that with the German army. He did it with the reserves. So you got to ask yourself, hey, does that sound familiar? We've got this occupation going on in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's not the army so much as it's the reserves. And meanwhile, they're putting army on your streets. Doesn't that, come on, wake up. Army on your streets? Find out, type in the words Northcom. Find out, gee, we're bringing the army and we're putting them on the streets to help who, to help what? Meanwhile, they're building a police state around them so that they can be safe as they do what? As these central bankers who don't listen to you and are not part of our government bring you down to poverty. People, it's time to start thinking about food. Christmases are going to change around here, where we buy presents, and sometimes presents people don't want or need, and pretty soon, just to be given food is going to be a gift that people go, thank you for. Thank you for the food. Thank you. We have to start waking up. This sounds like shock stuff. I hope it sounds like shock stuff. I hope you typed those words into Google. Once again, try those words again. Let's write Prescott Bush, Nazi. Ooh, that's a thing to type into Google. What else are we going to type into Google? Operation Paperclip. Hey, this is declassified. Okay, how about the Dulles brothers? Remember? CIA, Dulles. Oh, Dulles brothers and bank. Oh, Dulles brothers lawyers for the bankers who do Hitler's account. Come on, people, okay? Brown Brothers Harriman, Union Bank. Hey, I've got something for you. We're going to end on a high note. What I've got for you, and what I want you to please take the time and listen to, is John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He's speaking to the Association of American Newspapers, okay? So here's your president, he was president at the time, giving a speech. And I've got to ask you, please listen. Please have your friends watch the show again. Bring your friends into the room and have them listen, at least to the end of the show. Listen to what John Fitzgerald Kennedy was saying to the American newspapers. This was a big, powerful media at the time, right? This is well before internet. Radio's still big, TV's big and all that. But please give Mr. Kennedy an opportunity and listen to what he was saying. And ask yourself, do you think things changed? Remember, he was the president who created a currency that competed against the Federal Reserve note. He authorized the printing of United States notes. Why would that upset a banker who, in this case, has a private bank, who has sole control of the issuance of our currency and can print any money they want and buy anything they want and tell you, by the way, hey, to hell with you, I'm doing what we want? You heard Alan Greenspan. If you think I'm lying. So what I have for you here is a little piece by John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Check it out. Have your friends and family watch the show, watch the specific piece, listen to Kennedy, and then maybe send me some info. Like I say, I've got a great interview. If you want to get a copy of it, get in touch with me. You know where I'm at. I'm here in Sharon Cable, the best cable on the planet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.